Hello everybody and welcome to Vlogmas Day 12. Today I am going to just sit down and talk to you about some family traditions. I'm going to start back in 1980s and 1990s when I was a little girl. So one of our favorite of all time holiday traditions was on Christmas Eve. We got to open some presents. We always went to my mom's mom and dad, and we'd have a dinner. My cousins would be there, my aunts and uncles. It was just such a great time that we'd sing around the piano with my grandma. We'd open some presents, exchange them with family members, but the end of the night, our last present we opened was always brand new Christmas jammies. And it was my favorite. So we would all, my grandma lived, and grandpa lived about an hour away. So before we would leave their house, we would all change into our Christmas pajamas. It was my mom and dad, which they did not change into Christmas pajamas. And there's 6 kids. I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters. So we would all change into our pajamas and we would drive home and wake up Christmas morning in new PJs. That was my favorite. Sometimes we would, before we would change into our Christmas jammies, sometimes we would go to midnight mass, and I loved midnight mass. My church here does not do any type of midnight mass, which is kind of a bummer, because I would love my kids to experience that one time. Although I really like when they can try to go to bed early. So that was 2 of them, 3 of them kind of. We always would go to my grandma and grandpa's on my mom's side, open presents with some family, Christmas jammies, and once in a while do midnight mass. But on my mom's side of the family and with my mom and dad, it was like our all-time favorite Christmas Eve tradition. Now Christmas Day, we would wake up really early. Obviously, 6 kids, there's earlier you can get up, the better, right? And we would open presents, we would play, and then all of a sudden it was like, rush, we got to go. And we're going to my grandma and papa's house, and my dad's mom and dad. And they had a very small home. My dad is one of 7, I don't know how to say that. He's passed away now, but I'm pretty sure, if I can remember correctly, like all 7 kids would be there. My grandparents passed away in the mid 80s, but then my aunt lived there in the same home. So we would still do this, and we would go there, and then no, very small, like I said. And everybody had a lot of children. And then we would walk, even in the snow, it didn't matter. We'd walk to my great grandma's house. And her house was just as tiny. And this lady was just amazing and super strict, Irish Catholic, sat on the couch, smoking her cigarettes, drinking her tea. We would just run around and get yelled at, because if you run around, you're gonna break something at grandma's and you're gonna get in trouble. So, but it's those kind of memories that are just like one of my favorites. My mom also, before Christmas time, but before Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, my mom was a humongous cooking, baking fool. She loved to make all the cookies. And she would give the cookies to like UPS, the mailman, the bus drivers, teachers, principals, her nail people, her hair lady, people at my dad's work. She made so many cookies. She's also passed away, but I would give anything to ask her how many dozens and dozens of cookies that this lady made, because it was a lot. So we would have like big holiday cooking days, and my mom's mom, she would always come over and help us do all the sugar cookie cutouts and frosting, all of them. And I remember like we would be so done doing it. And like it seemed like hours and hours and hours later, and we would go back in the kitchen and my mom and grandma were just sitting there laughing and still frosting cookies. But man, I have no clue, but I would love to know how many she made every year, because thinking back, it seemed like 20 million. So who knows, but yeah, so those are some traditions that I remember that I loved when I was a child. Now, what have I brought to my 6 children and husband since becoming a mom? One of my favorite traditions still is every Christmas Eve, they get pajamas. And this year is like one of the first years in a long time I actually found pajamas early enough that they're all matching. Normally I'll try to like match the style or color or theme, like penguins or, you know, gnomes, you know, whatever, stuff like that, candy canes. But this year I got everybody the same shirt and everybody but one child the same pants. I'm still not sure what I'm gonna do about the pants for the one kid, but we'll get there, hopefully. But yeah, so I'm hoping to take some pictures, and I'm sure they're not gonna be very happy with everybody matching, but I don't care. Mom's gotta do what mom's gotta do, right? So, super funny. They're so cute. I got them at Target. But yeah, so that is one of the traditions that I will never stray on, and I'm hoping to do that with my grandkids one day. Also, another tradition that I started with our children when they were little, like could barely sit at the table little, is making gingerbread houses. So we used to only do like a decoration of one gingerbread house, but with 6 kids that got to be like, oh, a lot. And who can glue it, and who can color this side, or who can do that. So I love to find the kits that have the gingerbread villages, which I've yet to be able to find them this year, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that. But when they get out of school, they'll get out of school on Friday, and we'll have Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is Christmas Eve. So we don't have very much time before Christmas to do our gingerbread houses, but we'll get it done. This weekend, we're not gonna be able to do it because we're busy. But, so I love to do the gingerbread houses. We always do some kind of craft. Sometimes somebody in my family will send us crafts. So that's fun, but this year I purchased ornaments to paint. So that's gonna be very fun. What else was there? Oh, and our cookies. So not everyone wants to help make all the cookies, and I'm fine with that because our kitchen is not humongous for everybody to do it in. But we all, 6 kids, my husband and I, will sit down and we will cut out all the cookies, sugar cookies, and we will frost them. So this year I am going to have to make a couple different types of batches because my daughter, I mentioned before, is celiac now, so we just found that out this year. So I'm gonna have to find a good recipe for celiac. Sugar cookies, gluten-free sugar cookies. But that's one of my favorites. So I will hopefully try to get some videos out of when we start doing some of our things. Oh, another thing, I totally forgot till just now. One of my other things that we love to do is, we just started it a couple of years ago, so it's not like something we've done all the time, but our kids do Secret Santa. So my daughter always writes all 6 kids' names, fold them up, put them in a little cup or Christmas hat or whatever they can find. And normally we start from the youngest and we draw names. So normally before I would take them to the Dollar Tree and they would get like $5, and so it's like 5 presents, right? Now the Dollar Tree is like anywhere from $1.25 to $30 or something. So I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna do this year. I think last year I ended up giving them $10 each to shop with, but I'm trying to figure out something different, somewhere different to take them. But to see like my kids, because they don't purchase gifts for each other, to do a Secret Santa and to see these kids, and you take them one by one to a store and they get to choose what they think is perfect for this person, you know? And then you gotta guess who, when they give them the present, they gotta guess who their Secret Santa was. It's just a lot of fun, and it's really cute seeing the kids choosing what they think the other person would really like. So that's a lot of fun. But yeah, I think that's all of everything. Let me know down below what your guys' favorite tradition was when you were a child, and or one of your favorite traditions you do now. I'd love to hear it, and I'm always looking for more things to do during break time, even if it's Christmas to New Year's traditions, because my kids won't go back to school till January 6th, and they're out on December 20th. And I know with the new gifts, they'll have some time spent on things they get, but I need to find more family things to do also during break. So let me know all your traditions, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.